Hi everybody, this lesson focuses on query of data, which mainly discusses how to describe a path with proper UQL command. Let's first try out with Ultipa Manager. In the previous lesson, we used command find to find nodes and edges in the graph. The results are shown in the list view and can be switched to 2D. Click a node on the 2D view and choose Spread. Then we can see many nodes and edges that are directly connected to this node. This is the execution result of command spread, which in this example is searching for one step shortest path and returning maximum 5 edges in this shortest paths. In the configuration of Ultipa Manager, we can adjust the length of this shortest path as well as the maximum number of results to return. Let's change depth to 3 and change the limit to 50. Now run the spread again. This time we see edges and nodes from 1 hop to 3 hop. Counting the edges, there are 7 edges on the first hop, 3 edges on the second hop, and 3 edges on the third hop. If we configure the limit to 7 and keep the length as 3, what will be the result? It returns all the edges and nodes on the first hop. This tells that the command spread searches for its neighborhood in a BFS manner and returns the edges and nodes from shallower to deeper. Command spread also supports filtering conditions for all the metadata in the shortest paths that it searches. We can see on the graph that each edge has a weight. Let's filter for edges with a weight less than 10. Fill the ID of starting node in the source, and fill the number 3 in depth. Fill weight less than 10 in the edge filter, and fill the number 50 in the limit. Don't forget to define alias for the result, and use return clause to return the result. If you're expecting all 3 edges on the third hop to be returned, then you will be upset. The fact is that only one of them will be returned. This is because even though spread is finding and returning the neighborhood edges, but since it is realized by querying the shortest path, any metadata on the shallower hop that does not meet the filtering condition will terminate the query for a deeper hop. Let's verify this conclusion. This feature is related to the non-weighted shortest path query realized with BFS algorithm. It also applies to the KHOP command, which searches for neighbor nodes of a source node. Modify the spread command into a KHOP command. This command means to find the neighbor nodes on the third hop, filter for edges with weight less than 10. Please note, it is on the third hop, not from the first hop to the third hop. And there should be only one node returned, which is node 31. Let's verify this conclusion. If we want neighbor nodes from 1 to 3 hops to be returned, in parameter depth, we should write the range with colon symbol, which is 1 to 3 or to 3 for short. The differences between spread and KHOP are that spread searches for shortest path from 1 to n steps, while KHOP searches for shortest path at n steps or from n1 to n2 steps. Spread returns the edges in the founded shortest path from shallower to deeper, while KHOP returns nodes in the founded shortest path from shallower to deeper. AB command is a general path query that can search for not only non-weighted shortest paths, but also weighted shortest paths and non-shortest paths. It searches for paths from one source node to one destination node with a length that is either fixed or flexible. This command searches for paths from node 15 to node 31 with a length from 3 to 5. The result looks like there's only one path found. But if we switch to the list view, we can see there are actually two paths found. One has 4 steps, the other has 5 steps. The one with 5 steps has a loop on an intermediate node, which is considered as a circle. If we don't want this kind of a path to be returned, we can use parameter noCircle to rule it out. When querying for the shortest path, use parameter shortest and input a fixed number in parameter depth. This command searches for non-weighted shortest path from node 01 to node 23 with a length no longer than 3. The result should be 01, 12, 23. To search for weighted shortest path, input the edge weight in parameter shortest. The system requires the edge weight to be loaded to engine, which is a means of acceleration for path query. Now load it to the engine. The icon of property turns red, which indicates that the property is loaded to the engine. It shows the same result as the non-shortest path query. However, from the graph we can see there's actually another path whose depth is 4 and has less total weight than the given result. But this path is not found. This is because the maximum depth in this query was set 3. Another parameter to introduce about AB command is path ascend and path descend. If we want the weight of edge along the path direction to be in ascending order or descending order, then we can use these two parameters. For example, this command searches for paths from node 01 to node 31, demanding the edge weight to be ascending. We should be expecting paths 01, 15, 22, 31. And by the way, path ascend and path descend both require the edge weight property to be LTE'd, just like the weighted shortest path. They all involve queries to be executed in an inter-step collaborative pattern. Autonet is the only command that allows multiple nodes to be input in parameter source and dest. Autonet can be understood as the batch processing of AB query. The multi-source and multi-destination of an autonet command will be organized into multiple node pairs that can trigger multi-executions of AB query. For example, if there are 2 source nodes and 3 destination nodes, then there will be 6 node pairs. And the AB query will be executed 6 times. The parameter limit of autonet command set limits to the result of each execution of AB query, not to the result of all the executions. If the dest is not provided, then a terminal node of path will be taken from the source to form node pairs, and further trigger multi-execution of AB query. We have mainly discussed pass query commands AB, autonet, KHOP, and spread, together with command find, which was mentioned in the previous lesson, and the template query, which is to be introduced in the next lesson. All these queries are chain statement and support alias to be defined for their query result. Query prefix optional and parameter limit both affect the result of single execution of these query commands. We will discuss this in another lesson. Here's the summary of parameters of pass query, and most of which are already covered in the demonstration just now. Let's check the syntax. The default alias of the result of find nodes command is nodes, while that of find edges is edges. AB command returns pass. It has the most parameters comparing to the rest of pass query commands. Autonet command returns paths. It is the only query command that allows multiple nodes to be input in source and dest. And its parameter limit works to set limit to each single execution of the equivalent AB query. KHOP command returns neighbor nodes, while spread command returns neighborhood edges in the form of one-step pass.